what would you recommend to people who are saying, I'm afraid to make that leap? You were in you said you were in virtual events when Ziff was doing them. And,
right.
And I mean, way back, people were saying, I remember in '96, we were talking to the Interrupt guys about virtual events and virtual trade shows, but no one wanted to make that leap. It was always the scary thing of, am I going to lose the sacred cow if I sort of jump the fence? How do you, what sort of guidance do you give people who are saying, I know it's there, I know at some level I have to do it, and if I don't do it, I'm probably in trouble, but God, am I scared doing it?
And that's a great point, and that's stuff we wrestled with all the time, but I'm a big fan of shooting sacred cows, because sacred cows just get skinnier. Right, and then there's less meat on the cows.
Some,
right? So some of us, right? Well, we're not sacred, though. And I wouldn't call you a cow.
That's okay.
So you have to do it. You have to go where the market's going. You don't want to be a follower in the market. I mean, in the media business, being a follower to try and get everything right is a difficult position to be in because it's constantly changing. So by the time you make the decision to go mobile or go tablet, there's going to be another device, there's going to be another medium. So you need to be an early adopter, specifically in the tech medium. So we made the tough decision, and we did research studies based on this, and we spoke with our advertisers, we spoke with our readers, and we saw the writing on the wall. So we decided to make the decision, the first tech company, to do two things. One is to make our content available across all devices and smartphones, and secondly, to finally make the decision to get out of the print business and we invested in editorial and sponsorship when we did that. We increased the amount of editors we had. We increased the frequency of CIO eWeek and Baseline. Actually, we doubled the frequency of Baseline and CIO Insight. So we added more editorial content because now we're not bound by postage and paper and some of the postal regulations. We can make the issues as long or as short as we want to. We can add more customizable features inside the issues. We could print on a little bit of a different schedule and add some special issues inside without worrying about some of the postal regulations. You have to go where the next generation's going. I have a 15-year-old daughter, she's turning 16, and she's almost more tech savvy than I am. And they're coming into, and I've done enough webcasts on this, they're coming into the workforce already with a lot of technology comfort. And they're going to be the adopters of the next technology and how they want information. So you have to adjust your media business to the people coming into the workforce because that's the future. And
how do you build consensus? I'm sorry, just one more question on that. Because for people out there who are saying, okay, I get it, is it top down, is it bottom up, or is it consensus building? I'm saying we're not doing any more magazines. I can't imagine. Imagine going to your investor and saying, you just bought a magazine company and the first thing we're going to do is stop printing. How do you build consensus around something like that?
Well, in this case, it wasn't that hard to do because the magazine portion of our business, it wasn't generating the most revenue from the company. It was a brand extension of what we do. We're in the content delivery business. Okay. Now, if you compare to what our circulation was on eWeek, compared to what eWeek.com does, eWeek.com does 10 million page views a month. That's where our audience is. They love the magazine and they did read it secondarily, but our prime audience has become an online audience. So the decision based on where our audience is reading our content and how our advertisers are spending money, it was an easy decision for us. You look at our legacy, and that's where the money was.
Right.
But I think you're going to see a lot more publications start taking more of the digital route.